Hey, this is Jamie from Capsule Computers, and today we are reviewing Monster Hunter World on the PC. This title from Capcom is available now via Steam. At the time of recording the video, the game cost $59.99 US. Almost 15 years after the first Monster Hunter title was released, PC gamers are finally getting their chance to hunt giant beasts with up to 3 friends. The Monster Hunter World's PC port was delayed by 8 months. Although the delay has led to a small content lag on the PC version, Capcom has spent the time implementing PC-specific features and optimization. Monster Hunter World sends players after an Elder Dragon, taking a once-per-decade migration called the Elder Crossing to the New World. As a hunter assigned to the Research Commission, players will join a team of researchers, hunters, and support staff to uncover the mystery behind the migration. Like many PC gamers, Monster Hunter World is the first time I am experiencing the long-running franchise for myself. The game does a good job easing new players into the franchise. Players are treated as newcomers to the continent, so the setting is laid out clearly with few assumptions of previous knowledge. The plot feels a bit slow, but serves a decent enough backdrop for the game's equipment treadmill. Monster Hunter World is a high-skill action loot grinder where players hunt progressively more challenging monsters to harvest raw materials for better gear. The game is composed of several open-world maps, each with their own distinct ecosystem. While hunting giant monsters is still the bread and butter of the game, players have plenty of side missions to capture small animals and hunt mid-sized monsters to acquire some extra cash and resources. Combat is solid in Monster Hunter World. The controls are very responsive, making me feel like I'm being rewarded for high-skill maneuvers. There are 14 weapon types to choose from, offering options for just about every playstyle and skill level. Even simpler weapons like the light bow gun and the dual blades will still have a decent learning curve that will require players to master basic mechanics and a few combos. For those of us who are new to the franchise, Monster Hunter World offers some decent, albeit slightly scattered tutorials. Visual learners are out of luck as basic gameplay mechanics are introduced with text-heavy tutorials as they appear. Choosing a weapon and learning the right combos for each situation will end up being a matter of experimentation and relying on an already beefy library of tutorials online, as the game only offers vague descriptions of playstyles and a short clip of gameplay for each weapon type. The PC port quality leaves much to be desired. The graphical options are the rare bright spot as the game supports all modern graphic options expected from a proper PC port, but on the other hand, ported control and networking options are a mess. While some menus have been converted to be fully mouse-friendly, many menus reset the mouse to the center of the screen or require unnatural button presses to trigger actions. Keybind options feel like they are almost directly copied from the controller. While there are a few more options for bind or hold, many keys have multiple functions bound together that would normally be split up on a PC title. Luckily, the controller works much better with Monster Hunter World. Multiplayer is poorly executed on the PC. To start with, Monster Hunter World is experiencing serious network issues. The developers have acknowledged that they are working on addressing the connection issues that cause players to drop constantly. I find the party system to be clunky, making it difficult to stay as a group between missions when returning to the main hub. Instead, players are dropped back into the same 16-player lobby, but all members must manually join the next quest that is posted. Getting the assigned story mission quests to work in multiplayer is even more challenging as the game locks out other players until all cutscenes have been found. The only way to get friends into story quest is to return home partway, then reboot the quest with friends. Getting friends into private lobbies is unnecessarily clunky as Capcom seems to only partially integrate Steam services into the game. Instead of the usual Steam invite over the friends list, players need to either set the lobby to public before invites go out, or send friends an oddly archaic ID string for them to input into the game. The voice chat is bare bones with no real options for transmission volume, push to talk, or other basics. A third-party voice chat is highly recommended for playing with friends. Monster Hunter World is gorgeous on the PC. The world feels alive with creatures big and small roaming around and interacting with each other. The individual areas are stylistically unique with a few eye-catching areas like the Coral Highlands. The equipment sets look great, integrating parts of their respective monsters into the design. The animations are solid for the most part. There are a few things like unnatural running and awkward-looking facial movements that feel so out of place compared to the rest of the animations that I must wonder if they were purposely kept as holdovers from previous Monster Hunter titles as a nod to longtime players. The audio experience is very good, the sound effects are solid, the soundtrack serves as an excellent accompaniment to the hours of monster hunting the game offers. It's subtle enough that it never gets too dull after long periods of time, but punchy enough to increase the tension during gameplay. The game comes packed with a lot of voiceover languages. The English voiceovers are generally very good, though there are a few minor characters with obviously weaker voice actors. There is a Monster Hunter language voiceover option. I suspect its inclusion is yet another nod to longtime players because it sounds awful to a newcomer like me. It sounds a lot like poor dubbing from old Chinese kung fu films, as the conversation length rarely matches the subtitles and the actual voice acting quality sounds like a voice actor was reading lines after being hit in the head with a sledgehammer. As we've established after the console release, Monster Hunter World is still a fantastic game. Its lively world, skill-heavy combat, and addictive loot treadmill kept me glued to my seat for hours on end. Unfortunately for PC gamers, Monster Hunter World is far from a good PC port and is still a massive work in progress. Even so, it's definitely worth plugging in a controller and toughing out some of the game's quirks to get a taste of the action. I'm awarding Monster Hunter World 7 capsules out of 10. If you want to read this review, be sure to check out the link in the description or in the video's card. I hope to see you soon. This is Jamie from Capsule Computers signing off. Hey YouTube, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and subscribe to Capsule Computers for more awesome videos. Hey, if you're looking for more videos to watch, check out our review of We Happy Few here on the right. And if you're looking for another action game to play, check out our review of Extinction here on the left.